She's already, yeah.
Wait.
Okay, you're gonna stand here on the grass wheel. Let's just
Beautiful,
stand and
hey?
then we're gonna drive it very
Can't you stand that side?
Mom, Shannon's got it. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna cry. When a pretty face turns in, don't cry.
run like this.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? And you can turn around. Hey, come say hello. Hey, come say hello. Just say hi.
I will stand by you. I will help you through when you've done all you can do, and you can come.
Like a river flow to the ocean unknown. Give him a shout, guys.
To me. So again this morning, well this afternoon, as we stand here with friends and family gathered around, they are here to witness what you are about to enter into. And this, what you're entering into, is in the sight of God. And if it's in the sight of God, then it means a heck of a lot that you've got to learn how to abide to, how to hold on to. And the biggest thing that you need to hold on to is hold on to each other, where you put God first in all that you do. So, you are here today to be the witnesses of these two, Tevon and Kaylin, joining hands together in a covenant of marriage, which was ordained by God. And I want you to note that it was ordained by God. The first marriage took place in a much like a setting that we have around us, in the garden. He gave her Eve to Adam, to cherish and to love. Listen, it goes on. You are witnesses to two separate individuals' lives being joined together as one through a covenant vow made in the presence of God. Their covenant vow is to be joined together as husband and wife. You're here to witness this. That means to say, when they get those little storms in life, you need to be the one to pick up the phone to encourage. You need to be around to check that he's doing his job and the breakfast is on time and the dishes are done and the washing is done, and when the babies come, the nappies are changed, and well, you haven't got breast to feed her. So you're out on that one. You're working on it. But Matthew, listen to this, the next scripture. Matthew chapter 19, verses 5 through to 6. Listen to what it says. It says, it's for this reason a man will leave his father and his mother and be united to his wife. Parents, do you hear that? No longer are you there to interfere. Mom, you've got to cut the apron string. You've got to let this gorgeous man go. Now he belongs to another woman. You might have given birth to him, but now he has another woman in his life. That's kind of like hectic, isn't it? But you know what? I know Kaylin, and she'll be a great daughter-in-law. And I know that she would love you guys just as much as she loves him. And the two will become one flesh. Two individuals becoming one. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. And this is a covenant that you need to hold on to, because you see, people jump into marriage very quickly, and they jump out of it just as quick. Today, I want to remind you, you are entering into a covenant, not just with a man and witnesses, but with God. And that, to me, is so important. So these vows are binding in the presence of God and must be at all times regarded as holy and unbreakable. When a man takes on the responsibility of becoming a husband, he takes on a title that pleases God, a title of husband and protector. From now on, she's going to call you husband. Wow. That reminds you that you are there always to protect her. Listen to this proverb, and I love it. I use it in all the weddings that I do. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22 says this, and I want you to listen. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. You want to find favor? By men? Love your wife. By loving her, you're finding favor with God, because you've got to be her protector from today on. That's a big responsibility. But you know what? God is with you. With the title of husband comes the responsibility to love. The husband is always the initiator in this thing called love. Now, I've been married a long time. My love language is not gifts. I've given my wife the credit card from the day I married her. Remember, the credit card doesn't belong to you. Just, you wanted me to put that in. Ephesians 5 verse 25 says, Paul writes and says, husband, love your wife, just as Christ loved the church. And we know what Christ did. He sacrificed, not so. Sometimes it does cost. Now, again, you know, the wonderful thing about arguments, now, just here, arguments are good. But the wonderful thing when you really get into an argument, let me tell you right from the outset, makeup sex is wonderful after that. I just thought I must let that in. You told me to do that, by the way. So, to love each other is a two-way street. Don't worry, I don't run a church anymore, so I can say that. To love each other is a two-way street which must flow from each other. Now, Kaylin, love this man. He's going to get old. He's going to look like me, you know, with a big paunch one day, grey hair, no hair. No. You still love him. I see him going quite fast. Love him. A little bit of hair on. Understand him. Because men are difficult at times to understand. You know, sometimes they say, so you're the congregation. They're difficult to understand. They come home sometimes carrying their work on their shoulders. You know what? All they want to receive is loving arms. How you doing, my honey? How's the day been? Is it okay? You can talk. Learn how to talk. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to confide in each other. We don't run to friends, you know. Friends are set aside from today. Your best friends are each other. Make each other your best friends. Never allow your friends to take a place of each other. I always say to people, and I say to couples, you know, they always have this girls' night out, boys' night out. It ends. Today. You don't live down that lane, because that is where trouble starts. And you don't want to bring that trouble home. You can have friends, but you do it together. You have vacations, but you do it together. Anybody out there? I'm not hearing any anos.
Amen.
Like that one. You see, a Christ love has the ability to forgive. Listen to this. These are important things. Found in Corinthians 13. You need to read it. So you need to learn how to forgive each other. Quick to forgive. To be patient. Okay, who's going to be the patient one here? You.
Yeah.
Be patient. She's on time, amazingly. Really, congratulations to that. So you've got to be patient when you're sitting in the car and waiting, you know. Be kind. Be humble. Be protective. Trustworthy. And most of all, learn how to persevere. Hold on to each other. As I already said, marriage is not easy. It's difficult. Because the one thing that the enemy comes to do is to rob, kill, and destroy. And he wants to destroy marriages that are happy in God. And he'll come in and he will try things, bring little things into the marriage. Learn how to forgive. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to work things through. Okay? Always love one another. Now, a very important observation we need to adhere to. God did not create the garden just for Adam. It wasn't created for Adam and the animals. What God created for Adam was Eve to take care of, to look after. And the wonderful thing about Eve, she comes from the side of man. God didn't create her from the dust of the earth. We men are dirtbags. And our wives will remind us that we are dirtbags. You made from the dust of the earth. But a woman from the side of man, the closest to his heart. And my prayer is that you will keep each other very close to the heart of each other. By doing what? By putting God first in your life. So, it is understood that neither of these contracting parties nor any present are aware of any just cause why the contracting parties may not be joined together in the union of marriage. At this point, I ask, who gives us women to be married? Now, this is the most important part. And all you have to say at the end of this, I do. So, Kevin, do you take Kaylin to be your wife? And do you promise and covenant before God and these witnesses that wherever she goes, you will go? Wherever she lives, you will live. Her God will be your God as long as you both shall live. I do. He does. Did you hear it at the back? Yep. Your turn. Kaylin, in like manner, do you take Tevon to be your faithful and loving husband? And do you promise and covenant before God and these witnesses that wherever he goes, wherever she goes, you will go. And wherever he goes, you will live. Where he lives, you live. His people will be your people, and his God will be your God, as long as you both shall live.
I do.
I do. I believe you have rings made before God and family and friends. These rings indicate a circle that is unbroken, which reminds each of you that every time you look at it, the unbroken love that you have for each other, the love that God has given to you for both and for each other. And so as you place that ring, Tevon, on her finger, I want you to repeat this after me. This ring I give to you as a covenant and pledge of my constant faith and abiding love. There it fits. Okay. So you're going to repeat the same. This ring I give to you as a covenant and pledge of my constant faith and abiding love. Hold each other's hand. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 says, 2 people are better off than one. 3 are even better, for the 3-strand cord is not easily broken. You both have invited God into this relationship, into this marriage. You brought him in as a partner. And from today forth, you will hold on to him. Let's pray a blessing. Father God, as I lift these two to you, today as they entered into this covenant vow with each other of being husband and wife to each other, today I pray a blessing upon them that will go forth with them. That, Lord, as Tevon has found a wife, he has found a good thing. He has found a wife that will stand alongside of him. And most of all, your word says that today he has found favor because he has found somebody who he could love, protect, cherish, and lead into the glory road that you're going to have prepared for them. And we know there's a road ahead for them that Lord, you're going to journey with them alongside of them, because your word says that you will never leave us. You will never forsake us. You'll always be there with us. So I pray this blessing upon them now. In Jesus' name. Amen. You can kiss your bride. Okay, get it.
Talk, let's have conversations in the dark. World is sleeping, I'm awake with you. With you. Watch movies that we both already seen. I ain't even looking at the screen, it's true. I got my eyes on you. And you say that you get hung up on your flaws, but in my eyes you are perfect as you are. I will never try to change you, change you. Say you, swear on everything I pray to, that I won't break your heart. I'll be there when you get lonely, lonely. Keep the secrets that you told me, and your love is all you owe me. And I won't break your heart. I can sleep forever next to you, next to you. And we got places we both gotta be, but there ain't nothing I would rather do than love all my plans for you. And you say that you're not worthy, and get hung up on your flaws, but in my eyes you are perfect as you are, as you are. I will never try to change you, change you. I will always want the same you, same you. Swear on everything I pray to, that I won't break your heart. I'll be there when you get lonely, lonely. Keep the secrets that you told me, and your love is all you owe me. Yeah.
If you want to go off to come back very, very quickly, you find the most beautiful girl in the shopping center, and you go up to her and start talking to her. Because I guarantee you, your wife is going to appear within the next 30 seconds. The other day, Kaylin was scrambling eggs when Tevon burst into the kitchen and he went, careful, 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 you're cooking too many ones, too many, scramble them, now we need more butter, they're going to stick. Careful, scramble them again. Hurry up, are you crazy? Don't forget to salt them. You know you always forget to salt them. Use the salt, the salt. Kaylin turns to him and says, what the hell is wrong with you? Tevon calmly replies, I just wanted to show you what it feels like when I'm driving. And guys, I think we can all attest to that from our wives as well. Next up, we're going to have a bit of an audio clip for the happy couple. Ryan unfortunately couldn't be with us today, being in Saudi Arabia, but he has sent an audio clip. So I think we've got it lined up already there, Shane. Thank you. And yeah, you can listen to his kind words for them.
I'm Shannon. I'm Kaylin's bridesmaid / sister. To me, she's not my stepsister anymore. We're not blood. So, going back to 2002, my mom came home with a random man. And although I was 2 years old, he's going to be here for a long time. Until he brought Kaylin back. Let's just say my face went from happy to what the is this? What's happening? So a few years go on and I was now able to walk, talk and realize that this girl is batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. She would steal my Barbies, pinch me, and bite me. So moving on 1 or 2 more years, we started playing together and I thought, wait, this is actually cool, I've got another sister my age. Until one day, she was pushing me in a toy car and decided to push me down a hill and let go of the car into the back of my dad's monster bakkie, which led me to St. George's Hospital. As young as I was, I told my mom, listen mom, come on, like there's time to run, please. Please. No, on a serious note, I wouldn't want it any other way. She's my best friend, my absolute clown, an over-exaggerator, but also my bodyguard. I mean, seriously, if you upset me, she's there and RIP too. She's scary. Thanks to Kay, she led me to meet my wonderful husband, Mr. Bridger, which then led us to meet my number one, Teddy. I did feel terrible for Ted because the first time Kaylin actually does decide, you know, I actually don't want to be with Tevon. And that happened, what, 3 or 4 times? Don't you love your stubborn wife? Yeah. From that moment I met you, Tev, your smile and your goofy laugh lights up the room we walk into. I'm glad we all spoke sense into Kay's head because now she's marrying her best friend and a partner for life. I love you both so much and I wish God's greatest blessing over your entire marriage. Can we all raise our glasses to Kaylin and Tevon? Cheers.
Cheers. Have been poor and it pains me every day. If we go back to when I was born, I met my brother. Surprisingly enough, Tevon and I did not get along during the early days of brotherhood. He gave me my first scar on my body just by playing tag. But then Tevon and I decided to get up to mischief and we made a great team, shaking the beer cans of our granddad's beers and hiding away his teeth when he wanted to eat chips. Sometimes being young and nothing to worry about. We have only 2 people to thank for that. Mom and Dad, we love you and we appreciate everything you've done for us. Tevon always used me as a way to be lazy, such as getting me to make him food just so that I can take over the TV or fetch him a drink. No matter how busy Tevon was, he always was there and still is there when it comes to protecting his family. I got hit by a bully and my brother had my back. Until this day, I still respect him and admire him for what he did. Tevon loves his sports. The love of sports comes from our father, Donovan Sierra. Tevon's main sport is football. He loves and he is truly passionate about football. Then he dabbled into rugby, and to no one's surprise, he took it by storm. Jeanette Sierra, our mother. You're responsible for Tevon's gentle nature, responsibility, and money etiquette. Don't worry, brother. I won't tell anyone about the 12 stitches in your lip after someone stepped on you during a rugby match. Secret is safe with me. Anything with the ball is what Tevon loves to do. He has a love-hate relationship with golf. Seeing this passion from my brother made me want to be like him. Being good at anything and everything was my goal because of my brother. He guided me to be great at everything and to give it my all, no matter what I did. Tevon has one of the biggest and kindest hearts I know, a true gem. He puts others' needs in front of his own. He has a gentle soul. I honestly thought that Tevon would never get married, only because he never had a girlfriend. And then, bam, 2019 hit and Kaylin appeared from nowhere.
True story.
Another kind and gentle soul, perfect for each other. And I call that a fact because look at what we are celebrating today. Today is one of the biggest days of their lives. Brother, even though I did not get a choice in choosing a brother, even if I did, I would still pick you. You're the greatest brother and friend I could have ever asked for, and I'll always and forever love you. Today is a bittersweet day. The sad part being I'm handing my brother over to his wife, aka my sister-in-law, just like a father to a bride. Kaylin, I only ask one thing, to take care of him, help him with guidance, and to love him forever, as I would. Kaylin, welcome to the family. I wouldn't want any other sister-in-law. Brother, I hope you live a long and happy life with the wife, and may you cherish every moment you will spend with her. I love you, Tevon, and I miss you.
My time. Go. Oi. Look, don't worry, my speech won't take too long today because of my throat. Not because I'm sick or anything, but because Kaylin was threatening to cut it if I go for too long. And Tevon is also threatening to cut my throat if I mention anything about his golf yesterday. By the way, just for the record, Tevon, you still owe 18 and $100 each for kicking your ass. Just putting it out there.
You got this, Craigie.
The dearest daughter is a reflection of the love and warmth she's been raised with. And every single person in this room has contributed in some way over the years to mold Kaylin into the incredible, beautiful person that she is today. There's so many people I could thank, but obviously Tanya and Rudolph, obviously when I moved away, you guys were the maternal and the paternal roles, and there's a lot of things that you've instilled in her which is going to take her very far. It has taken her very far, and it's going to take her even further. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. It's always been a team effort, definitely has been. Obviously from your side as well. Thank you so much for accepting my daughter who tried to kill your kids. Okay, kills a strong way. But a couple of things spring to mind. Pushing Kaylin Brooke into the pool, all the clothes on. As Shani mentioned, pushing her down the hill into the tow bar of the buggy. It wasn't a good day for Kaylin, not so much for Shani. But there's so many characteristics that Kaylin has that I could really be here for hours if I had to mention them all. So I'll just go for the good ones. Top of the list, I think you will all agree, you don't probably get a more loving person. She's got space in her heart for every single person, every single one of you that are here. And you don't ever feel second best with her. She really gives and gives and gives and holds everybody close to her. Helpful, that's something that you can always pick up the phone. She might swear at you under her breath after she puts the phone down. But if you've asked her to do something, she will do it. She will definitely do it. And she loves to make people happy in so many different ways. Nothing is too big for her, and if she can help, she always will. I think the one that I'm most proud of is her resilience. She's become such a strong woman over the years. Whether it was primary school, high school, after school, when Tanya moved to Durban, she moved to Joburg, then we moved to Cape Town. She chose to stay in Joburg. This is the reason why she stayed. But she just takes everything in her stride. I promise you I don't have a cough. I really, really don't. Whatever life has thrown at her, she will always... From the moment a daughter enters the world, the daughter becomes a precious gem, etching a place forever in the father's heart. The father's love for his daughter is unwavering, unconditional, and pure. He becomes a protector, guiding her through life's ups and downs, always ready to lend a helping hand. I think there's always something extra special about the bond between dads and daughters. To her, a dad is the first guy she'll ever love, and to him, no matter how old she is, she'll always be a little girl. I'll get there. And that is how I look at you, my baby. You will always be my little girl. I look at you today and I can't believe that this day has arrived. I'm standing here giving you away to the man who stole your heart. I still remember the day you were born like it was yesterday. And 25 years later, here we are. From the moment you were born, you had me wrapped around your pinky and you still do. There's so many countless memories that we have shared over the years. But watching you standing there looking at Tevon and seeing how in love you are is one of the proudest moments I've had as a dad. No one in this world can love a girl more than her father, but Tev, I think you're very close second. What can I say about a man who came from humble beginnings? He's now quickly rising to the very top of his profession, based solely on intelligence, grit, the willpower to push on where others might fail. A man who is beginning to distinguish himself and amongst his peers, and when no one can say a bad word against him. Anyway, it's enough about me. I'm here to talk about you. As a dad, you always hope and pray that your daughter finds a good man. I'm very blessed to have 3 beautiful daughters, inside and out. But where I'm triply blessed, and I thank God for this, is that they each have found a husband that any father would be proud to call his son. Tevon, from day one, we fitted into the family, and we really all could be happy with Kaylin's choice in a husband. When Tevon met Kaylin, he knew he found someone special. Or maybe it was just the way she laughed at all his bad jokes. Donovan and Jeanette, thank you for raising a humble, respectful man. And thank you for accepting Kaylin into your family as one of our own. But what do you want? You don't realize the impact you have made on Kaylin's life. Thank you for taking it in when we left Joburg. You didn't have to, and I can't tell you what that meant to me. I salute you both for that. Wow, now it gets difficult. Someone have a joke or something?
You behind.
Right. It was something I toyed with over the last 3 to 4 months. Not knowing how it would be right now at this time of the speech. If I could get through it. I don't know if I can. But there's a very special song that I would like to do for you guys. It's basically a life-affirming song with an uplifting, timeless message. It's based on the narration of a parent expressing the wish that her children will step out and embrace life and take a chance on love and faith. And I don't know if I'm going to get through it.
You can do it!
I apologize in advance, guys. This can either go very well or it could go the other way. I'm not very sure at this stage. Thanks, Shane. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you take it every single
Good evening, family and friends. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate a special day with Kaylin and myself. It means the world to us to have our close family and friends here, and we are truly blessed today. Today, it has been a whirlwind of emotions. Standing here today, looking like my amazing wife, I am the luckiest man in the world. Kaylin, you have made me a better person. Your kindness, strength, and unwavering love inspire me every day to be a better man for you. I promise to love, cherish, and support you through all of life's ups and downs. You are my best friend, my partner, and my absolute love of my life. Okay, I'm going to start with families. To start off, I'll start with my own mom and dad. Although I have not become a doctor, engineer, or lawyer, no matter how many times I have failed or disappointed, you have stood by me all the way. All in which has developed me into the man I am today, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you for never missing a sports game or practice, birthdays, parents' evenings at school, no matter how hard I tried to hide them from you. Your parents, any son is lucky to call their own. Anyone can be a mother and a father. But it takes someone truly special to be a mom and dad. I love and appreciate you both more than you ever know. I don't know why I put the tears in here, and I'm going to stop with the fun stuff. Oh, well. Okay. So most of you know it took me 3 hard months to get Kaylin to say yes. So she said to me to laugh, and I won't go too much into that. So when she finally said yes, she messaged me to say she's ready for me to meet her mom, her dad and stepmom. When I said yes to meeting them, I was given a thorough memo of do's and don'ts. So yeah, that's as you walk in, do not pat the dogs, especially the black ones. Do not touch me while I'm sitting there. If they offer you a beer, just say no. Just keep talking, no, do not be awkward. And do not argue with the air. So I was nervous before the pep talk, and now I was shitting myself. So bear in mind, Kaylin and I went out the day before, and I wasn't feeling the greatest. So as I get to the house, I'm immediately greeted by a nip on my ankle by the black one. I walk to the back by the laughter to dead silence. So as if it was my arraignment. So as my nerves were getting stronger, so by instinct I tried holding Kaylin's hand, which it was swiftly slapped away. I greeted Craig in the hand straight away said, "Do you want a beer, boy?" And since I was hanging from the night before, I asked for some water, to which she replied, "We do not serve that here."
Good man.
And Craig, for some weird reason, knew that I played golf from Facebook post. And Craig, for some weird reason, knew that I played golf from Facebook post 7 years prior. Just joking. We have played many great nights together. So all in all, it was a good first meet. Until all the emotions started going when Westlife started playing. A month later, I found myself taking a trip to PE for the holidays, where I met some really interesting people, which I'm soon to call my family. Well, actually, no, that's I'm now called family. So I wrote this a week ago. Our first stop was at Mommy's house, or farm, however you want to call it. So there's 75 birds, lizards, 3 horses, 8 ladies, great days, and 2 rottweilers. To my delight, Tanya, good old families, liked me straight away. Tanya liked me so much that she's my protection from Kaylin. Like, if I'm right or wrong, she has got my back.
Always.
Girlfriend Reese introduced me to an unfamiliar experience. I never knew there was such a sport such as pigeon racing. Which thoroughly enjoyed was when they introduced me to fishing, where I caught my first fish, even though it was this big. It was quite an experience. I would like to, express my deepest gratitude to our incredible bridesmaids and groomsmen. Sorry, we got you. They've been there for us through thick and thin, and we couldn't have asked for a better group of people. All we are missing is my brother, aka my best man, who's home working unfortunately and couldn't make it today, but would have given up anything to be here. This is nearly done. Okay, so to the bridesmaids, you ladies look absolutely stunning, which I mentioned earlier.
Thanks, Toby.
Thank you for supporting Kaylin, not only today, but through her life's journeys. Whether it was shopping, going to parties, or just having a good laugh. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. And to my groomsmen, you guys can go. Seriously though, you've been my brothers in every word, every sense of the word. From the bachelor's party to today, you've made every experience unforgettable. And I couldn't imagine doing this without you guys. So I'd like to raise a toast to the bridal party, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of our heart. Sorry, I have to walk away from it. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of our heart. So cheers to the bridal party.
Cheers.
Cheers. My wife. Yeah. 8.1 billion people on this planet, and I can't stop looking at you. 7,164 spoken languages mean nothing to me except for the one that you speak. 10,000 cities, only one home. 10 billion numbers, only one in the phone. 8.1 billion people, and I feel so alone without you, because you are my one in a million, one in a billion. So will you spend the rest of your life on me? 365 days a year, you can have them all, it's a deal. Because 8.1 billion people out there, pick the best one. We all know Kaylin is one of the easiest people to deal with. She always has her mind made up, and she never gives me any answers. I have this little love trick that helps me. I keep a picture of Kaylin on my wallpaper, on my phone. So whenever I feel down, or just not having a good day, I look at my phone and I tell myself, if I can deal with it, I can do anything. All jokes aside, Kaylin is everything that I've ever wanted in my life. She always seems to have life figured out, as if she's done this all before. We always seem to have our views and aspirations for the future together. Although she can be a massive pain in the arse most days, she's actually really easy to live with, as long as you follow her schedule. 5 years ago, Kaylin walked into my life, and life has been better ever since. She has been my biggest blessing, which I am very thankful for every day. So I have a promise for you. From this day forward, I vow to stand by your side as your partner and your greatest supporter. I promise to cherish every moment we share, to celebrate our joys, and to comfort you in times of sorrow. I'll strive every day to show you the depth of my love, and to honor the commitments we have made here today. I I promise to respect you, listen to you, and grow with you as we navigate life together. In times of challenge, I will be your strength. In times of peace, I will be your companion. I vow to protect the bond we share, to be faithful and place our love above all else. With you, I know I've found my heart's home, and I'll spend every day making sure you feel loved, cherished, and appreciated. This is my solemn promise to you, my love, forever and always.
Amen.
Amen.
Wonderful truth. Sorry, it's Natasha.
Thanks, Bruce.
So I'd like to end off. I'd like to end off with two toasts. Firstly, I'd like to raise our glasses to those that are not here in body, but here in spirit. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
And to lift the glasses, our glasses to my wife and my marriage. And to all of our family and friends who made a mission to be out here today to celebrate this special day with us. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
So please drink, have a great night, and please guys get home safe.
I know it's not normal for the bride to speak, but as everybody here knows, I love to speak. I just wanted to say a few words. I firstly just wanted to say a big thank you to every single one of you for being here today on Mom and Ted's special day. We really wanted our nearest and dearest people to us to be here, and we really love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much to everybody that travelled from Cape Town and Joburg to be here with us. It really means more to us than we can even imagine. We also travelled here. To my amazing husband, I've waited for this day since the day I met you. You are the only person I've ever dreamt of marrying, and today I've seen that dreams really do come true. How you still with me and deal with me, especially after being so difficult in the beginning of our relationship, I still don't quite get it. And I don't think I ever will. But I do think you have realized that having a full-time cleaner and cook in your house was a great plus for you either way. So I'm really glad that you chose me. Thank you for being my best friend and sticking by my side through everything. I don't know what I would do without you in my life. You truly are my person, and I'm so glad that God sent you to me. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you and see what the future holds for us. I'm so proud of the person that you are, and I'm so proud to be your wife. I loved you when I met you, I love you still, I always have and I always will. And to my entire family, I'm so thankful for all of you and how close we are, and how you all love Tim so much. That's all that's ever mattered to me. Donovan and Jeanette. I've thanked you plenty times before, but I just want to say thank you so much again for taking me in from the beginning and treating me like your own child. Thank you for always spoiling us, taking care of us and loving us. I'm so blessed and lucky to have an amazing mother and father-in-law and be a part of your family, and I'm officially a Sierra. I couldn't have wished for a more loving family to be a part of. Thank you for raising an amazing man. Love you guys. Thank you to my amazing mom and dad for raising me to be the person I am today and for always being there for me. Dad, thank you again for allowing me to move to Joburg with you, because if I never did, I wouldn't have met him and we wouldn't be here today. Thank you for always giving us girls everything you possibly can, and for always putting us second after your beers and Brian. You worked so hard, and you really definitely are the rock of our family. Just remember that I'll forever be a daddy's little girl. You mean more to me than you'll ever know, and I love you. Not only do I have two amazing parents, but I also have two amazing step-parents. Rudolph and Leanne, thank you for being a part of my life and loving me like your own since the day you met me, since I was a little girl. Sorry, I mixed it up. You didn't really have a choice as I was part of the package deal. But I love you guys so much, and I just want you to know that you are more bonus parents to me than step parents. I'm so happy to have had you guys in my life at such a young age. Now, I thought 4 parents were a lot growing up. Now I have a total of 6, but I wouldn't have it any other way. To my beautiful bridesmaids, my sisters, Shannon and Kaylin, I know I really disliked you guys a lot when we met, as well as used to bite you, push you and pull. Everyone's heard this now, but I'm sure the list could go on. But look at us now, all grown up, married, starting our families, baby Lila first up. Now I can wholeheartedly say I will go to the ends of the earth for you guys. Thank you for teaching me so much while growing up, sticking by each other's sides, and for loving me as if we were blood, and for having such an amazing sister bond that we have. I love you guys and I appreciate you. One last thing that I'd like to mention to everyone is that I've decided to be a bit different and not do a bouquet toss. I'm sure some people have seen this trend. But while thinking about this idea, it truly touched my heart. Mom, you've been through the absolute most in your life, and I take my hats off to you for everything you've had to go through. Yes, we've had our ups and downs, but you can be really, really difficult most days. And that's definitely where I get it from too, but I wouldn't change our bond for anything in the world. What breaks my heart the most is that you didn't have your mom on your special day, or your dad to walk you down the aisle. And I can only imagine how sad that must have been. But just to have you here with me today on our special day fills my heart with so much joy and happiness. Thank you for being my mom. Thank you for loving me and bringing me into this world 25 years ago. I just want to dedicate my bouquet to you because you deserve it and you're stronger than you know. And I admire your strength. I love you, Mom. I'm done.
She ain't got my smile, that don't bother me a bit. She's got somebody else's eyes, I'm seeing myself in. I'm holding on to every moment, God knows I miss you. The day we met, I knew I had some catching up to do. She ain't my blood, ain't got my name, but if she did, I'd feel the same. I wasn't there for her first steps, but I ain't missed the ball game yet, and that ain't ever gonna change. I could never walk away. Yeah, she's my baby, my whole world. She ain't my blood, but she's my girl. I should